Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Alex. What's up, Alex?
Greetings, everyone.
What's up, Scott?
Hello.
And hopefully Phillip will come here any second. Basically, like what we were talking about is having someone. I'm not talking about the person being a showrunner. I'm not talking about the person being a writer. I'm talking about.
Hey, Phillip.
Hey, Phillip. What I was talking about, Phillip, is someone having a right-hand man or right-hand woman, whatever. Like Rick had freaking Daryl in this one, right? Michonne. You know, like you need like your best person to be like an organizer that like basically like would get the actors to show up and they find out that if they film here and then they go around the block next week or whatever, like where they coordinate everything where they can get all the stuff filmed within a certain amount of time. I'm not talking about, like when I said somebody from America, I didn't mean that the person from America would run the show, would write the show, would any of that. I'm talking about a person that's like, what's the word? That's a manager, some type of manager that basically gets like everybody where they need to be in place, use the money wisely, where you're not you know what? Now that it's established, you know, you had the first season in the can, next season she doesn't go anywhere. Like exotic filming, and you film stuff in Cardiff and you make sets and you do whatever, but you don't have the money to do that. I mean, am I wrong, Phillip, or?
No, because you're right. Because to a certain extent, if they could go out, if they could fly out and film in a different continent entirely, they can come to London and film. They can go to Scotland and film. They can go to Wales and film. Well, be in Wales, but they can go to. Britain is not a small country. There's loads of places they can go within the island to film. Why go all the way across the sea to, you know, showcase a little bit of beauty? You can find that.
Because Christiano's got to put sunglasses on. He's like, I'm showrunner, I'm Shibnall, and let's take my private jet. Like, hey, we got to have the best for my actors. No, bullshit. Poor church man.
You've not proven yourself during your first season anyway. When you've proven yourself by your second or third season, then yes, I could understand flying your cast members to this place or that place, but not during.
So he got money, and like a child that you're given all the money, and you just went crazy, and you just did not think for 1 minute that, oh, we need villains. And we're going to oh, look at that mountain. Oh, look at that sand. Oh, look at that camel. Oh, look at that sky. Oh, look at the water. Does that look fresh? It's nice, and it advances the CGIs too, but where is the money for the villains? There isn't.
Yeah.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, go
when
on.
Peter Jackson was offered to film an episode,
Who?
Peter Jackson. He
Right.
offered his entire production team to film the episodes.
In New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the British lot were going to have a break. He would have done the
At
entire
his expense.
Yeah. We could have got an episode for nothing.
Yep.
But
Why?
no.
Because of egos. That's why.
Yeah.
Because Moffat did not want him to show him how it's done. So there was a no. Did not want to get upstaged. And it's not about Doctor Who. It's not about making Doctor Who better. It's about Peter Jackson making an episode of Doctor Who better than Moffat. And that's what it was in his head.
Yeah, but
So it never happened.
Moffat could have
Politics.
Yeah.
It's politics.
Oh.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that all the talk about Russell T Davies, I love Doctor Who, I love Doctor Who, and then Moffat's like, oh, I'd love to have you, I'd love to have you. No, he wouldn't. That's bullshit. He wouldn't want him to do an episode of Doctor Who. No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't at all. It's just talk. Like, oh, I want to do classic Doctors. No, you don't. Only if it fits. You notice how everybody's screaming at Moffat to have a classic Doctors, right? When he wanted to have a classic Doctor, he had Peter Davison because it fit his idea. But if someone gave him an idea to have classic doctors, he always said no to Susan, to everybody, right? Because it wasn't his idea, and he didn't want to be upstaged.
Mm. Also, the other problem is with this season is they spent so much money on fancy CGI and fancy cameras and stuff like that. But it's all very well looking nice. But if there's nothing to drive what you're using, it's a waste of money.
It's an empty canvas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, why can't they do Doctor Who like they did on a shoestring budget? They made it look glamorous.
I always found that a bit of a conundrum, that classic Doctor Who was able to churn out excellent stories month in, month out, and and yet when you come to this day and age, we can't do jack all. Basically, it's like
because the people did not want to learn the craft that these people did, because they're young generation. They're like, I can do it, and then they don't know how to build the sets. They don't know how to do what they did back then. Because everything is too easy, these things. So that makes them, where they're not knowledgeable enough, like the past was, in building stuff.
See, I'm going to mention, there's these people on YouTube that I've seen that have created titles.
God, yes.
And created the Dalek episodes. And they could have done it for nothing. But no.
There was a guy I used to watch. I forget his name off the top of my head. Something Bain. He did. Oh, geez, how many episodes was it? It was pretty much like an alternate Doctor thing. His episodes were marvelous. They were, because he combined things from Star Wars, Star Trek, and all that, and Doctor Who.
Yeah,
they were fantastic. And like Alex said, there's people on the internet that did an awesome job, even with the whole Star Trek updated thing, which was awesome.
Yeah,
and they managed to pull people from the old Doctor Who series to play different characters. But for whatever reason, the people today, they go, okay, you want a Doctor Who episode? There it is.
Yeah.
Listen, we are so vested in Doctor Who as fans that a lot of times we predict things or we give advice, and don't think that people don't watch it just because we don't have 1 million subscribers or whatever. Because there's been plenty of times where we've said something about the box office, like this movie needs to go and be delayed. And right, Scott?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, days later, that movie's delayed because like, people are watching like, oh, you know what? We could say something on here like, you know what? They might be right with certain things, So don't be too surprised if people seen these videos, and even Jim will watch, because Moffat even admitted that time that he watches people, So we used to say stuff, and then all of a sudden the next day on Digital Spy, whatever we said, Moffat had somebody go out and talk, right? About like, oh, River Song's not going to be or something. So, and this is not just us. This is other podcasters too, like talking about Doctor Who. So the point is that we're trying to give constructive criticism to better the show so the show can continue. That's what we're trying to do. We enjoy Doctor Who like you enjoy Doctor Who. And there has to be changes made. Has to be. It can't be we're going to do the same season next season.
It's like them doing. It's just like doing Home Alone, then Home Alone 2, Home Alone 3. It was the same plot line, different location, but
then you change the kid after a while. Then you change the mansion. Then you change this. It's the same thing. How many times?
It's the same plot line, and you just change locations. And come on, people.
Just like flogging a dead horse. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give Jodie's first season a pass, because let's be honest, every Doctor's first season has always been a bit.
I agree with you. I said the same thing. That this is an experiment season. This is her first season. She does get a pass. Next season, she won't get a pass.
No. Her freshman year is done.
She gets a pass from us, but next season won't be.
No.
Because I want to see I want to change. I'm sorry. You know what? We invested enough money in Doctor Who over the years, buying stuff, devoting our time and energy.
Yeah.
Because of the show that we love to try to make it great and awesome and wonderful. And we do, like, almost as if we're not even getting paid to do it, and we do it because we love the show, right? But, like, I want to see a change because I'm a viewer. You know, I'm watching this. I want to see a change. Has to change. The ego has to go. I'm going to tell you right now, the stuff, if you really want to make Doctor Who better, then as a showrunner, when the show was a success, no matter who writes it, no matter what it was, you know, then you get the credit for it, you know?
Yeah, bring back the excitement, make the kids hard be on the sofa,
Yes.
reel back, and when they show a trailer for next time, get us gripped. That's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't make you make the trailer look like, oh man, it looks so great, and then you watch the episode, it's like, okay, why is it the people that made the trailer made it sound like it looked like it was going to be an award winning, but when we actually watch the show, it gets a Razzie.
Yeah, but that's how they do it, though. They've got to hook you in somehow, so they kind of falsify what you're expecting to a certain level. Like you just said.
Because it takes you away. It could have been so good, but
I was going to give it a 9.
It was a very good story up to a certain point, and then when it turned a tail on its head with a flipping frog bit,
I said it was going to get a 9. It was going to get a 9, and then it just dropped. You know, it was going to get a 9 for me, and then it changed. So
it's almost as if someone else wrote the last bit of it.
yeah.
And it's like, what? Where did that come from?
Like I said, he was on drugs at the time when he wrote it.
Yeah, I think he must have been licking frogs opposed to.
So, all right.
All right.
We're out of here.
Yeah, 6:15, I've got to go to bed. Oh,
All right. Good night, guys.
Nighters.
Take care. Bye for now.